Hello and welcome back to Focus Atlanta again. I am your host, Keisha Lancelin. Thanks so much for continuing to watch. In this segment, we're talking a little bit about a story of hope, a story of moving out of tragic situations into something positive. I'm here with Officer Brandon White. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Good morning.
Officer White, you got to tell me now, so often when people are victims of crimes, they kind of withdraw. They go into themselves, they fall into the closet, they, never to be seen again, but they don't want anything that might remind them of that trauma, remind them of that crime. But you were a victim of crime and you turned that around and ended up becoming a police officer. Please tell me the story.
Yes. So as you mentioned, it is very easy for a person to shy away from something that tragic that happened to them. And I was fortunate enough to where I took that lesson and learned. It gave me the ability to see law enforcement in a completely new light. And it gave me the opportunity to meet some very awesome people during that time.
Did you think that on the heels of that, because of course there's a process. There's a process after you have had an incident, you've been attacked. You have to heal yourself. Not only physically, but I'm talking about the mental aspect of being a survivor. A lot of times, though, people don't consider themselves survivors. They just go through, what happened and move in a vein that doesn't, the rest of us see them as survivors, but they don't see themselves like that. Did you have that experience as well?
Yes, it's very easy to do so. During that entire ordeal, just having or not knowing, if someone was still out to get you, or to know if there's additional aftermath that will occur. And when I say that, having to look over your shoulder everywhere you go, people walking up to you and saying, hey, feeling extremely sympathetic to your incident, but because you're still on the cuffs of, I don't know what to do or how to take it, can be a little difficult.
Right, because you didn't consider it a hate crime. You didn't know why you were attacked.
No, I didn't know until after I've seen the video, which I didn't see it until it was posted on the news. And that's when I found out why it happened. Through this experience, I was able to look at the law enforcement and the judicial system in a completely different manner. Growing up on the west side of Atlanta, it was never a thing where we involved the law enforcement within our community. We handled things in our own way, in our own manner. During this entire incident, or during this entire time, I had some of the best officers, some of the best attorneys, the district attorneys, the U.S. attorneys, GBI. Everybody was very instrumental, very helpful, and they listened. And they were willing to get me the justice that was deserved.
I just wanted to have you on the show to say thank you, to say that we recognize your strength, to say that, I know that you did this probably for personal reasons, but you are a hero to many people for turning this situation into a life of service. And I just wanted to meet you to say thanks.
Thank you so much. I really, truly appreciate it. It's definitely a great time to have a voice, to be able to show that there's diversity amongst us all. And we may not all agree, we may not all get along, but as long as we can coexist, the world would be a much better place.
Well, you are a living example of it. Again, I just thank you. I'm happy that you're healthy. I'm happy that that attack wasn't worse, because bad things happen every day. But we are just in your corner. We're shouting for we're shouting from the rafters for you every day, and we appreciate
Thank you
your
so much.
service. Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you as well.
So often we hear these stories, and we empathize for victims of hate crimes and victims of abuse, but we don't know what that does to them for the rest of their life, or how they transition out of those situations. And often, frankly, it's not in a positive way. But not for this particular officer. He is a shining beam of light right here in Chamblee, right here in our own community. He's a perfect example of how to turn things around. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Stay tuned for more Focus Atlanta. We'll be right back.